I'm MJ, welcome to TOS In, where we recap an episode of Star Trek the original series in a visual synopsis. Contains spoilers. Season 1, Episode 1, The Man Trap. The Salt Monster. Stardate 1513.1. Orbiting planet M113, Kirk, McCoy, and crewman Darnell beam down to the ruins of an ancient and dead civilization to administer a mandatory yearly medical exam on archaeologist Robert Crater and his wife Nancy. 10 years ago, Nancy and McCoy were an item. Enter Nancy, who looks young to McCoy but older to Kirk, and as a young blonde prostitute Darnell just visited, Nancy leaves to find her husband Bob. Enter Bob, who tells them to leave, he's healthy, but leave behind some salt. Kirk insists, so Bob gets examined. Kirk and McCoy both describe Nancy, and the discrepancy is chalked up to McCoy's nostalgia. Nancy screams, and they find Nancy standing over a dead Darnell covered in red rings and a Borgia plant in his mouth. McCoy notices Nancy looks as old as she should now. Nancy claims she warned Darnell not to eat the plant, and then she reminds him to bring salt. Darnell is examined with no cause of death found. Stardate 1513.4. McCoy discovers there's no salt in Darnell's body. Kirk, McCoy, Sturgis, and Green beam down. Nancy is gone, and Green goes to find her, while Sturgis is sent to gather a sample of the plant. Sturgis is found dead, and Bob makes a run for it and tries to lure Nancy with salt. Meanwhile, Nancy kills Green and takes his face to sneak aboard. Crew returns to ship. Nancy creepily stalks Janice, then Uhura, then this guy. With Nancy face back on, she then finds McCoy. Deciding she likes him more than Bob, she doesn't kill him. But her other victim is found. Stardate 1513.8. Nancy gives McCoy a sleeping pill and uses his face. Kirk and Spock beam down to retrieve Bob and Nancy. Spock finds actual Green dead, and an intruder alert is issued. Crater is caught and admits Nancy is the last of her species. Actual Nancy was killed by the creature now known as Nancy a year or two after arriving. He sympathized with its need to survive. I'll return to ship. Line of sight patrols and salt lures set. Briefing room meeting concludes that McCoy is to administer truth serum to Bob. Instead, McNancy attacks Spock, who isn't salty enough to eat, and then breaks up with Bob forever. Nancy face on, she runs to Bones for protection. Failing that, she attacks Kirk and shrugs off Spock. In its true form, McCoy now kills the creature, and this mission is complete. And thanks for watching!